Saan to galing? Parang, where's that confidence?
Do you think this is one of the best chances for Meralco to win again against Ginebra?
Is that it looks like a sweep or a gentleman's sweep?
If his offense isn't running well, dyan siya parang he gets in his head.
Yo, what's up guys? Nico here kasama si Mario back for another podcast, and today we're gonna talk about some PBA overreactions, PBA playoffs edition. So I would say the semifinals has been intense, and this is gonna get uploaded Wednesday night. So
For game 3 for both.
most likely na medyo general pa rin na may pag-uusapan natin dito. It's still gonna apply even if game 3 is already done. And I already had my conversation with Mario kanina, kamustahan na kami. So di naman kakamustahan, we'll just go straight into it. I hope that it's been a month and a half no since we last uploaded. A month and a half. And hopefully you guys are still here, hindi yun nawala. Okay. So first one, we're gonna discuss about Meralco versus the Ginebra series. And I think our overreaction here, or at least my overreaction, and it depends kay Mario if he's gonna agree or not, is if this has a game 7 potential, and do you have this idea that Meralco moving on to the finals is a possibility?
I think considering kung yung mga injuries ng Jin, and considering the fact na I brought up when you told me this topic, actually I prepared a lot of things to say because I watched most of the two games because Jin, I like watching both teams play. I do think may genuine chance na umabot siya ng game 7 merely because of the fact na ang daming injury ng Jin talaga. The fact that you don't really have Jamie Malonzo, who's, we have to admit, is a pretty big player for Ginebra. Jeremiah Gray, at the same time, syempre off the bench, you need somebody like Maya. And then Meralco, I think right now is pretty healthy. We see a much improved. I don't think I've ever told you this about this in this conference, but we've seen a much improved like parang Cliff Hodge offensively. Napansin mo ba yun?
Napansin ko nga, bigla siyang more involved sa offense ngayong playoffs. Kasi sa season, more of ano lang siya eh. If the putbacks come his way, sige. Pero ngayon, he's bringing down the ball, nag-take siya ng mid-range jumpers, binigyan na siya ng konting space. I'm like, saan to galing? Parang, where's that confidence coming from? Is it because of the loss of Aaron Black? Na they were saying na, oh, everybody try to get some, kung free na kayo, tira nyo na.
Exactly. Actually nga, medyo nakalimutan ko yun. Aaron Black's also injured. So, would we say na equal yung injuries on both sides? Maybe not. Kasi,
no.
Siyempre, mas mabigat pa rin, I think, yung sa Ginebra. Pero in terms of the depth of Ginebra, dapat kaya pa rin nila yun. We've talked about this before. Sobrang lalim pa rin ng Ginebra, di ba? So, like, but I do think this is one of the best chances for Meralco to win again against Ginebra. I think it was, I forgot if it was last conference or 2 conferences ago when they finally beat Ginebra.
2022 ba? Kalimutan ko na eh.
Yeah, it's been a while. Basta there was a time when they beat Ginebra.
Basta meron post-pandemic. Meron post-pandemic. Meron post. 2022 ata.
Ayun, so parang feeling ko ito yung best chance nila for it to happen. And I don't know kung baka ako lang yung how I see it. Pero medyo we've barely felt Scotty this series. I don't know kung ako, even if you look at the box score basis hindi mo talaga kita. I think he's averaged like I think he's had less than 10 in both games.
Sama na shooting niya sa second game. I think it's like 4 for 13, 4 for 11. Wait, I have the stats here. So Scotty, first game was 2 for 8. Next game, he was 3 for 11. So even worse pa yung sinabi. It's worse pa than what I just said.
And like usually naman, we don't really base Scotty on the box score test, diba? Kasi
yeah, of course. He does a lot of intangibles.
Pero pati yung eye test, medyo nagkukulang right now si Scotty. I don't know if it's because of parang di pa siya fully healed maybe, or di pa siya fully like pero to be fair, he played very well in the regular season. So I don't really know what's happening, pero di pa siya fully aggressive, I guess. Even if he's taking 11 shots, those 11 shots weren't really necessarily of the Ginebra nature, you feel. So I think one of the major reasons why, to be fair, even in the first game, Meralco could have taken that from Ginebra.
They could have. It was decided by a few baskets, and actually stops lang in the fourth quarter.
Exactly. Pati ano na rin yun. Like, I think Meralco was leading at halftime against in the first game, diba? So they've been leading at halftime in both games. Yung third quarter, dyan kumakanada yung Jin lagi naman. Like we've always seen it. We've saw it in this game where they made in the second game where they made habol Meralco yung from down 17, I think it was like 17, something like that. Tapos lumamang
Which is
sila ng
game
isa.
1?
No, game 2.
Game 2. Wait, let me check.
Meralco was
Yeah.
leading that,
Mm.
right? Tapos umabot sila, lumamang sila ng 1. Then in the fourth Q, that's when it all turns around. Same thing happened in game 1, I think. Wala ka mo. And anyway, and then so right now I think we're seeing a lot. We're seeing not the best Scotty Thompson. It could be Meralco's defense din. And at the same time, parang I don't really know. What do you think is the reason why we haven't really seen the same level of Scotty?
I don't know. I would say I wouldn't say kung injuries din or maybe he had a back injury na hindi ni-disclose. Alam mo naman in the PBA compared to other leagues or in most leagues. Sa NBA kasi you have to share injury status, right? Like it's important. Like you have to say that prior to games. Sa PBA, parang hindi naman sila mandated to share any injuries. And if they do share that, the teams are going to exploit it. So the one of the reasons why Scotty could be playing this way could be injuries. That's one. Because what makes Scotty special is his hustle, right? Yung ano niya, yung
I think
extra,
IQ niya.
'di ba? Yung
Yeah.
IQ niya. So there's a reason bakit siya passive and we don't know. And sometimes these things only show up when the series is over. Oh, I have a alam mo yun, 'di ba? I have a foot
Yeah.
injury, I have a back injury na iniinda ko this whole series, 'di ba?
Kung biglang uupo yung import na last game, yung mga ganun, yung mga ganun. At going on from that, parang we also have to give credit to Meralco's players. Siyempre, it's not just Scotty struggling as to why Meralco has given a very good, has taken a game in this series already. The first person I want to give regard to is Chris Banquero. I love watching Chris
Oh yeah, Chris
Banquero.
Banquero.
I love watching Chris Banquero play. And like it's fun to see him in this role right now. He's very aggressive now, especially in this conference sa tingin ko. Whenever
Ever
I've seen
since Aaron Black went down, he has.
grabe. He's been attacking the rim. His shooting's better, even if he doesn't really jump on his shots, right? We even saw it. I think I forgot which game that was. I don't know if it was against NLEX, but I watched a certain game where he was the one who took the last shot, or he was the one who took the clutch shot at the end. It wasn't Newsome, it wasn't Malik, it was Chris Banquero. So parang we haven't seen this version of Chris Banquero in a long time. I think also because of
Alaska
injury,
pa.
and
Alaska pa last time nakita to Chris Banquero.
we haven't seen this Banquero in so long. And I think I guess you can say sort of blessing in disguise yung na injury si Aaron, because now Chris was forced into a role where he has to actually do things. He has to actually be more aggressive, and we see it to actually help Meralco a lot.
Yeah, actually Banquero's averaging 13 points, 5.5 rebounds, 5 assists, 44% from the field. I think 3-point shooting niya lang needs improvement. I mean, 25%, but that's just cherry picking na at this point. He has done so much positives for Meralco and he's been annoying along with, I mean that in a good way, annoying along with Anjo Karam in disrupting the guards of
Oh yeah.
Hinebra as well. That definitely helps. Kaya rin si Scotty medyo off kasi in your face mag-guards na Banquero and Karam eh.
Do we say that Anjo Karam is like the TJ McConnell of the
Yeah.
PBA?
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Pwede. Actually, Anjo Karam is what Diego Dario aspires to be. Yun yung best
real?
actually.
Okay.
If you wanna have a role in the PBA, I think Dario can follow Anjo Karam. And sakto their teammates, right? So, he
Yeah.
could learn from Anjo Karam. Diego's young and sa PBA, mahaba naman yung ano eh.
Oh
What do you
yeah.
call this? Yung
The
playing
career
career.
lifetime.
Like when you're
Yeah,
36, 37, pwede pa eh. Pwede ka
yeah.
pa at 36, 37. But, yeah, I
Argue
mean,
that
Chris
Diego
Banquero.
is a better shooter.
Ano?
I like Diego's a better shooter than Anjo. So if he's able
Already,
to
yeah.
gain,
So defense na lang. Nandiyan naman
I
yung ano
think
eh. He's
gain
quick.
the defense.
Oh, di
Exactly.
ba? They're built the same. It's just Karam just veterano lang talaga si Karam. May lamang lang siya kay Diego in terms of years.
Mhm. Plus, I think bigyan natin ng credit. I think to um I'll- I would argue, I don't know, like I don't know about you, but Meralco's game is very, anybody can hurt you on any night. Eh.
Yeah.
There are nights where Chris Newsome, we've talked about this. Chris Newsome shooting ever since Gilas has gotten so much better.
Mm.
Si Maliksi is always gonna have the prettiest jump shot in the league, hands down. Raymond Almazan is starting to, get his rhythm also. He was injured for a while. Now he's getting in his rhythm. That's off the bench. Kumakana yung mga players nila. Brandon Bates is giving them decent minutes. Well, I'll talk about Brandon
Finally.
Bates.
We're gonna
Brandon
get to Brandon Bates. He's also here.
Yeah. Um, Bong Quinto is also giving them decent minutes. Of course, Anjo Karam off the bench. And I think a lot of this goes into the fact na because nga of the injuries that Ginebra has, their bench is not, walang magawa yung bench nila, bro.
Medyo ano
Who's
talaga, like I would say the bench right now if Ginebra is a weakness. I will pick Meralco's bench right now, in their current state right now. I
Yeah, of
would pick
course.
Meralco's bench 10 over 10 times over Ginebra. I mean, after Stanley Pringle, who are gonna rely on? Nards Pinto? Wala, parang, and LA Tenorio is still a legend, but
Yeah,
this is
medyo
finally
nakadaan.
Father Time has caught up. He's coming off from an unfortunate sickness where he's recovered, but not at the
Siyempre, wala pang shape of
and again Father Time.
of course.
And
And then
and then sino? Onobere?
I mean, Sydney's
Onobere.
very good. I mean, but
He's
then
scared to
compared
shoot.
to
There are so many times in game 2, wide open. Fake siya na malayo. Wala, yung bantay mo nakasag. Wala anong point ng pag-fake ga.
okay, but
Anyway,
then
yeah.
I think that goes along with the fact na hindi naman siya masyadong gamit dati. So,
But ginagamit siya ng season. So at this
mawawala
point,
yung
dapat may
comparison.
confidence ka na. May kumpiyansa ka na dapat. Ginagamit ka ng season eh. Or ito ba yung first conference na playoffs na ginamit siya?
Yeah, this is the first time in the playoffs. Siyempre, playoff setting is very different from the regular season setting. Na ginagamit talaga siya. And obviously, it comes along with the injuries. And at the same time, yun nga, we bring up Stanley Pringle. Stanley's the reason I think they won game one.
He
Additionally,
was. It's their
Stanley was the
threes
reason won.
that made
Exactly.
them win game 1. It's their threes.
Exactly. So, we've seen it actually now. So, reliant sobrang Jin sa three-point shot nila. This season. I think this has been the change in the season. I think in game 2, they only hit 5 threes. Correct me if I'm wrong. Something
Oh, let me check.
as
I have the stats.
the stat can you send me the stats?
Game 2, they only hit
Five?
5, but it's 5 for 19.
Exactly. And then in game
That's the
1, they
point.
hit 11 or something like that, right?
In game 1, they had the Jin Kings were 11 for 24. 45%.
Yeah.
That's high.
So, sobrang different ng gameplay ng Jin when they're hitting their threes and when they're not hitting their threes. Si Stan, kaka na yan no matter what. We saw it in game 2. I don't think anybody in the world could defend anybody in the PBA could defend Stan in game 2. Grabe yung ginagawa niya nun. 41? I think he dropped 41
41
points.
and 11.
Yeah. Yung Stan will score, but then he needs the people around him to start playing better. Scotty has to play better, shoot better. Maverick has to shoot a lot better. I think Maverick went
4 for 18, bro. 4 for 18 si Mav.
18. That's not good shooting. Japeth, I think Japeth has to wake up, diba? In game 1, Japeth had 17, if I'm right. And then in game 2, Japeth had 7. So
They're
like,
horrible.
kailangan may katulong si C-Stan right now. C-Stan, Scotty, Japeth. To be fair, I think even in game 2, Stanley still provided a decent offense.
Yeah, he picked it up in second half.
Yeah, so right now it's basically becoming C-Stand and Stanley. Tapos the rest are kind of struggling. So I think that's where Meralco kind of have the number of Ginebra. Kasi off the bench, Brandon Bates is able to not stop C-Stand. I don't think he can stop C-Stand. Pero isipin mo yun, yung C-Stand, kailangan maglaro ng 41 minutes for Ginebra to have a chance. Tapos yung Meralco, they can put in pretty big players against him every time. So at least, if di nila matigil, napapagod nila si C-Stan, di ba? Norbert on him, they put Cliff sometimes, they put Brandon on him, and then at the end of the day, they can still put Raymond Almazar on him. So, wala. The roster of Meralco is healthier now, and it's showing against Ginebra's team who's not healthy, and at the same time, walang kumpiyansa yung ibang players nila.
If you're Meralco, I'm not sure if you're gonna agree with me here. You want Ginebra to keep on playing through C-Stan or over-rely on one player and prevent them from moving the ball. Kasi strength ng Ginebra, Mario, is moving the ball, di ba? Yung di mo alam kung sinong titira, who's gonna... But if very predictable na okay, let's keep dumping out to Seastan. And yeah, mas madali depensahan even though he had 41 points. It just makes them more predictable. And the Meralco coaching staff are no idiots. They're a
Oh
great
yeah,
they have a great coaching
the
staff.
coaching
So
is yeah.
I'm sure na ginawa nila yung defense na yun. Sige, play through Seastan.
Oh. Sige, bigyan namin.
Wala kayong tres.
Actually, check mo yung assists ng Jin.
Bumaba.
In
They're
game one,
below average.
in game one they had
19.
I think 19, no? In game
Wait
one they
lang.
had game one they had like 22.
22, oo. 22 nung game
Game one they
1.
had 22. In game three they had
14.
14. Exactly.
And this
So
is a team that averages 25 assists in the regular season. So the semi
exactly.
so far is that's not their game. Even though they won game 1, but nakikita mo na medyo maraming
Bara-bara.
nagkaka one-on-one opportunities. Di ba daming C-stand ISOs? Ayun, titingnan yung iba.
I think medyo tama ka doon. Di ko masyado na-realize yun. Na maybe they are deciding to play through, they are forcing Ginebra to play through C-Stand. They're allowing C-Stand to play his game. Parang, sige, C-Stand can get his numbers, but nobody else is gonna get their numbers. And
Ganun nga nangyari.
now we could argue that it is working. This 1-1. Obviously, it's still just 1-1. Pero right now, you would argue that the momentum is kind of shifting in Meralco's way.
Isa pang player that kind of disappeared. The second game was Ralph Koo. I believe that he's the one that decides the series for Ginebra. You stop him, you can stop 50% of what Jins wants to run, and that is their threes. Because Ralph Koo, when he's making his shots, iba yung ano, 'di ba? Iba yung defensive principles ng Meralco. But if
Yeah.
you shot, but this time he's being face guarded. Halatang nasa scouting report na siya. It's not that he's not making his shot. It's more of he's not attempting shots, and that's because ang ganda ng depensa sa kanya. And I
Sama.
think that's the adjustment that Coach Tim will fix for Game 3. Okay, how do we involve Ralph? How do we at least
Oh
have him
yeah.
facilitate? Because he can also facilitate, right? But here,
Yeah.
he only had 3 assists, but wala mo siya ng impact yung compared ng Game 1.
I think what happens in game three could possibly be Coach Tim relying more on his veterans at this point. I think we're gonna see more Japeth. I think instead of a lot of Sydney and a lot of
Yeah, because
Ralph.
Japet only played 25 minutes. No, I feel in my
Ralph will
opinion, I
still
feel
get
like
minutes. Ralph will still get
Ralph will
minutes.
get 30 minutes pa rin. Pero si Sydney, I don't think we're gonna see much minutes. I agree with you.
I think Japeth's gonna start having I think they're gonna start getting on Japeth more na C-Stan can do it on his own. To be fair, Japeth in his own right was an MVP candidate also, and he still has that leaping ability. He still has the jump shot making ability. It's just that with Japeth sometimes it's an aggressiveness problem talaga, di ba?
Naipipikon
So
siya. Game 2, pero pipikon siya. Parang, pero, naiinis siya.
he
Parang,
needs exactly. So I think Ginebra can adjust, but it will always still be reliant on their 3-point shooting and how well they can pass that ball. If it's an isolation game, malamang sa malamang Meralco has a decent chance of winning that game also.
yeah, and then for Alain Maliksi, we talked about this, Mario. Alain is your definition of a roller coaster type of player. There are highs, there are lows. It's a matter of what version are you getting this time. Game 1, he had 13 points, but game 2, he had 25. So game 3, what are we gonna see from Maliksi, right? Like, but no, seeing the trend.
Yeah, I like I've said this many times. I think I've told this many times. Alain Maliksi doesn't seem to like Ginebra. When Alain
SMC teams.
yeah,
Iba, at
when Alain
NLEX. At
SMC
NLEX. Ganda na laro niya pag NLEX.
when Alain Maliksi sees certain teams, he sees red. He wants to win that game. And Alain Maliksi, yun nga, when he's hot, turn off turn off the game if you're not a Meralco fan. Kasi when that guy gets hot, nahihirapan ka talaga. And again, I think we've said it kanina pa, it's just kung hindi naman mainit si Maliksi, bigla na lang mainit yung iba eh. Biglang mainit yung Marquero, biglang mainit yung Newsome. So Meralco, I think, has a very decent chance in this series. It really, really, really depends on how Ginebra's players respond, how Ginebra's able to wake up their other players.
Yeah, man. I think game 3 will kind of you think game 3 decides who or not yet? That's too
Yeah,
early.
and it's a
Mga
best of
adjustments
seven.
pa after 4 pa naman siguro doon mo makikita na kung mag 2-2 or at least 3-1. Actually kahit 2-2 nga makikita mo parang where the trend is going eh. But I feel like we're not gonna see a blowout sa any game na to. What do you
I mean,
think?
we saw one. I mean, blowout. in a sense ng medyo malayong final score. Pero hindi naman blowout yung sa Ginebra. Tama ka naman doon.
It's
I
all
think you might.
close.
I honestly predict in game 3, magiging blowout siya. I'm
Sa
just
tingin
not
mo?
sure for the Link team. Pero from there moving forward, it will be close games na talaga.
Well, depends. If Mav wakes up, then that's like a
Oh,
new series again. Because he's been,
when Mav, if
not
Mav
saying na
wakes
he's
up,
been
it's not
passive.
easy,
Hindi lang
no?
talaga papasok shots niya.
Yeah. And I think we see it naman, Maverick is very, if his offense isn't running well, dyan siya parang he gets in his head. So, if he's able to get off to a good start, and I think it'll be a highlight for Coach Tim Cone, na alam naman yung at some point, kahit, kahit sa third quarter pa lang ibigay mo yung bola kay stand, okay pa siya kasi kaya niya kumuha. Pero so getting these players earlier into like their groove, like in si Mav or si Scotty, getting them into their groove earlier, getting Japet into the groove earlier, I think would serve them better.
Yeah, well, I agree there. And it's hopefully you're free for a pod after game 3. After game 3 tomorrow.
Yeah, of course. I mean,
Yeah, madali lang naman. It's just quick, and
yeah.
para fresh sa utak natin. Anyway, next matchup is between Rain or Shine Elasto Painters and San Miguel Beermen. And our overreaction here, at least my overreaction, is that it looks like a sweep or a gentleman sweep. But for you, Mario, what is your opinion
Sweeper
on this series? It's a sweep or gentleman sweep.
sweep yan. Uh, at, I always say this about grabe yung SMB, man. May palag ang Ross. Di mo masasabi saan walang palag ang Ross. May palag ang Ross. Kasi they do it by committing, di ba? We see the Claritos, we see the Mamuyaks, the Santillans, the Belgas.
Santis. Dami. Actually, deep red bench nila eh.
Oo, pero when you brought it up exactly, if you have players like Don Trolianos, Terence Romeo, Jericho Cruz, and Mo Tua coming off your bench,
Sobrang deep.
pa dyan yung
Sobrang deep.
wala pa dyan yung Simon Enciso, wala pa dyan yung Jeron Teng.
Geronting.
What are you, what are you supposed to do? Like, what are you genuinely supposed to do, man? Like, Junmar is gonna be Junmar. Kahit gaano kalaki si Bo Belga, Junmar is taller than him, probably a bit stronger than him. Si CJ Perez pa rin yun. Marshall Aster isn't aging a day. He's still shooting the ball like crazy. Like, what can you actually do? Pero I think the day it'll be a gentleman's sweep is the day when Ross just can keep running. I think yun talaga yung, I think I told you this before, diba? Beating SMB, I think, is by forcing all of them to run, which is very hard because that means you have to get stops and and getting stops on SMB isn't the easiest thing ever. So, pero wala, it's hard. It's very, very hard. If you the reason it was close in the first game was I think SMB had 15 turnovers.
Yun lang yung
SM
15 turnovers.
They had 50 turnovers in the first game, and then in the second game they had what, 4 or 7? One of the two, I forgot what it was. No, like the Ross was able to get defensive plays on SMB in that first game. To be fair, Ross even had a chance to win, diba? I mean, I had a chance to tie the game with
Yeah, Andre Karakut, parang logo
Dre's
3.
shot. Mm-mm. So, pero wala. It's at the end of the day, SMB is SMB. No disrespect to Ross, pero they're still a bit young. Their star power isn't anywhere near that of Ross's. Of SMBs. Kaya wala ka. At the end of the day, I think SMB talaga yun.
You think Andre Karakut has kind of regressed this season? He's not being much involved compared to the previous conferences.
Actually, I have that in my notes also. He has
Ay,
to start.
Andre Karakut. Yeah, di ba? Yung una parang wala pa siya nung Karakut. Di ko na siya feel. Even though starter siya, regular starter.
Syempre kasi, tinan mo naman yung bumabantay sa kanya. yung bumabantay
Yeah,
sa
actually.
kanya, either Chris Ross or CJ Perez or Marshall, ano naman magagawa mo
Respect
nun?
yun, respect.
Oo. So, obviously, I think this is, nakita natin ngayon na Dre is, ano na rin, kasama na talaga siya sa scouting report ng mga teams. So, and he's considered as their, I guess, star player right now, along with, I would say, Santillan. Um, he has to start stepping up talaga. If Dre Caraco doesn't step up anytime soon, that's done. This is done. This is done in 4. This is done in probably 4. I'd say 4. I'd say 4 talaga. Kasi mahirap talaga.
As
The
for you,
only
he's
day,
the one.
the only day that Ross will beat SMB is the day when SMB decides that, okay, I don't really want to play today. I think that's the day. That's the day when it's gonna in this series At the end day kasi si Junmar naglalaro na lang ng ano. Naglo-lol na lang ata si Junmar eh.
No, these
Like,
first two games, he's been really locked in. He's really like 20 and 11 yung average niya. Nung season, chill siya. 14 and 12 lang yun. Yun yung alam mong trip-trip lang yun. I'm not saying na he's taking easy. I'm just saying na he's not hunting nung
mhm.
regular season. Ngayong playoffs, hinahanap niya talaga. And he's
Tsaka,
demanding the ball.
I think we see it because maliit yung yung Ross, bro. Maliit naman talaga yung Ross.
Mahaba lang
In,
sila pero yeah, they're just long but
in
they're
terms of
not big.
sila. Mm-mm. Bo Belga is big, but he's not the tallest person against Junmar Fajardo. So I think we've talked about this before. Like, what are certain teams lacking? And I think Ross is genuinely lacking are real big man. Like,
I mean, Datu's there but Datu's a baby. Datu
Datu
is a
is still
baby.
young. Bata pa si Datu. So like he you won't really expect that much from Keith. And I don't think he's been given enough minutes. At the same time,
No. Meron siya minutes, meron siya. He's good. He's like 23 minutes a game. He's alright. He's
okay, that's
playing
all.
enough minutes. But hindi minsan lang din na-feel kasi nahihirapan talaga siya bantayan si Junmar. Puro pito eh. Pag nababatay si Junmar. And ano magagawa mo? Ang galing talaga mag-hunter.
I think another thing na medyo kulang, I would say, is yung Noco minutes.
Weird. It's
Yung,
again, this is part of my gripe, no. It's the inconsistent minutes. I can't get the feel of Coach Yang's rotation. And that has been a thing for so many years now. He doesn't have, which I think he's trying to make it seem like unpredictability, which will catch teams off guard. But I don't know. It's maybe the inconsistencies could have gotten to the players as well. Na, oh shit, 5 minutes ako ngayon. And then the next day, 28, the next game. So ganun si Nokum eh. Nokum in game 1, Mario had 9
very,
minutes.
yeah.
0 points.
Oh.
And then the next game, 28-17. So parang, I don't know.
2017. You see, he's able to produce.
Pero
And
tambak sila. So hindi ko, it's because, di ba? So ang daming factors eh. Hindi mo lang pwede i-assume na dahil kay Nokum yung ganun. Eh, well,
oh,
actually plus minus nga niya is a plus 10. It's the
the plus
starters
10.
that,
The
yeah,
plus 10. Ano sa kanina. Same as parang Nick Demusis also.
0 minutes. Game 2.
barely plays. And the people who are playing are sila Sean Ildefonso, Mark Bobron. I think Sean Ildefonso can provide you a little something naman once he's got the effort,
Energy
he's
guy siya, yeah.
improved, yes. Pero Nick Demusis I think needs minutes. I think Nocom needs more minutes as well.
I feel like Nick
Antonas
Demisis is like their version of Lassiter. Demisis plays like that, diba? Shooter.
hindi mo shooter siya. Nick is
Shooter si
much
Nick, ah.
may shooting siya. Pero
Pero hindi siya
he's
shooter ba?
may much more athletic siya. He's athletic as hell, man. Nick Demus is athletic as hell. He can shoot though. He can shoot.
Yeah, he can shoot. 3 and D talaga.
Not necessarily Marshall on their squad. I'd argue that he's something like maybe like a Jericho Cruz, I guess, with a little
Na
less of a mid.
slimmer.
Yeah, but ganyan yung laro niya. He's very athletic, gets to the rim, and can make his open threes naman if needed. Pero kulang sila sa minutes. I think Anton Assist is a bit kulang sa minutes. I think Nocum
Okay,
is
but he
kulang
had a
sa
good
minutes.
game. Game 2? Assist, you played well sa game
Yeah.
2. Yeah. Okay.
Shooting naman talaga si Anton eh.
You wanna bet wala siyang minutes sa game 3? You wanna bet he plays less than 15 minutes a game? It's
Shooting naman
I
talaga. At
can't
the
get
end
the
of the
feel of the rotation. I
I
can't
agree.
get the
And
feel.
yun nga, I guess it does have that certain surprise factor to it kasi wow, surprise, hindi siya na naglalaro. Pero like, may hirapan ka talaga, bro. May hirapan ka talaga. I think Ross is still a big man away, maybe a developed star away, maybe Clarito, maybe Mamuyak, or maybe a traded star away from really becoming like at that par with these teams. But as of right now, with their development like progressing naman, pero not that fast. Mabilis lang to for SMB. This is a fast series for SMB.
Speaking of the guys you mentioned a while ago, Gian Mamuyak, been good, right? It's playoffs. He's been consistent.
Well,
Parang newfound confidence for Gian.
yeah. Was it? He's the one who made the three
Sa
against.
TNT. Oh, sa TNT.
He's the one who made the three against. And he was defending Calvin. Calvin had a bad day. I think I was more on Calvin though, not really more on Gian. But then he's still defending very well. His mid range game is on point. shooting niya on point, wala siyang takot sa rim. Gian Mamuyak, minutes. Give Gian minutes, give Noko minutes. I think they can all do really well.
Lately naman, Mamuyak has been consistent sa minutes. At least yun, naging
At least Gian
consistent.
nagka.
Ever since the TNT series, consistent na.
I think kasi Coach Yang is playing those players na he has trust in, or who is gaining his trust. Siyempre, Bo Belga. Siyempre, Borboran's with him for a while. Gabe Norwood still gets
Mhm.
minutes. Ganun. Siyempre, these are trusted people who have been under Coach Yang's system for a while. So maybe with Gian entering his third or fourth year with the team, I think second, third, or fourth year with the team, and Nokum entering his second, this is his first. So next year it'll be his second year with the team. Sana we see more of them highlighted. Kasi kaya naman talaga eh. Kaya naman talaga. Pati si Datu. Si Datu, shooter naman talaga si Datu.
Okay si Kit Datu actually. He had 28 minutes last game. Wait, siya ba yun? No, 16 lang siya last game. But,
Mm.
well, let's
I
see kung
think
ano mangyayari. Ano adjustments for
I
game
think you should
3.
we should put Gian Mamuyak on NLEX and let's see him beside Robert Bolick. I would love it.
Ano?
I would love I would love to see Gian Mamuyak on NLEX.
No way in hell rain or shine's gonna. I mean, no way in hell Enlex gonna do that, man.
Yeah, it's more of a just a dream. But I would just love to see Robert Bolick have a bit more help.
Kung may PBA 2K lang. Actually, Bolick with rain or shine is parang the ideal scenario for him. Like in a perfect world for him. Kasi that's all
Really.
the pieces. Well, actually, wala pa rin silang big. But, it's a start. You get to have that guy na. You get to have the main guy. Supporting cast mo, Clarito Santillan.
Baka pati si Bolick di bigyan ng minutes eh.
What's your prediction for tomorrow? First up, Meralco Ginebra, and then Raider Shine versus ano to? SMB.
Listen, I think Ginebra and SMB tomorrow. This
Oh,
I merely because I think Ginebra has, once you lose 2 games in a row, dyan ka medyo nawawala sa, if you're Ginebra. So I think tomorrow, I think Scotty has maybe heard the criticism. I think probably napagsabihan na rin yan ni Coach Tim, si Mav, pati si Japs. I think Ginebra wins tomorrow. I think SMB wins tomorrow, but I don't think it's a blowout. I think tomorrow
it's gonna be
SMB
close again.
close game. I think they win a game because of a 3-point shot by Marshall. I think that's how I feel it tomorrow. Ginebra, I think, might be a little bit of a blowout, but I could be wrong. Obviously, it really depends on if Ginebra's players care enough tomorrow and if Meralco continues to play the same way.
Okay. So we're now moving on to the X factors to watch the semifinals. You can either give 5 guys or a unit. So first one, I'll start it off, Mario. So five in total. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Balikan tayo. It's not 5 each. It's just that we give a 5 total. So most likely I'm gonna give 2 or 3. First one, si Ralph Koo. I said that he was an X factor. He needs to get it going in order for Ginebra to get win number 2 here in the series, or at least like win the series to move on to the finals. Their rookie has to be there, has to be involved, play at least 30 minutes and get the shots up. Do you agree with the X factor for
Oh hell
Ginebra?
yeah! Oh hell yeah! Dude, if Ralph Koo is able to make his shots and pass the ball to the level that he can, Ginebra will have a decent chance. I'll have a good chance of winning those games. Kasi it opens up a lot. It opens up way more than the isolation game of Christian Sanhardinger. It opens up so much more. So I think Ralph Koo is a good X factor in that regard.
Yeah. Who's your next one?
My first X factor would be Brandon Bates.
Ooh, Brandon Bates. Okay, okay, okay. Yeah, yeah,
Brandon
yeah.
Bates.
Okay. I didn't
Because
have him on my list. Sabi ko Mario naman would cover it. Sakto. So, I didn't put him on my list eh. Kasi sabi ko baka si Mario meron.
yes, and I can explain this in exactly this. Christian Sanhardinger will not be stopped this series. Pero Raymond Almazan will get tired defending C-stand. So will Norbert Torres. And if Raymond Almazan and Norbert Torres are not able to provide offensively, mahihirapan kayo. So Brandon Bates needs to just provide those minutes na nahihirapan na si C-stand or nabibigyan na ng pahinga si Raymond or si Norbert or si Cliff. Nabibigyan na niya ng pahinga silang tatlo enough na hindi masyado nakalayo Jin, or even to the fact na positive yung minutes niya. If he's able to provide positive minutes, allowing for yung main big nila to rest, Meralco can easily win this series.
Yeah, and Brandon Bates has been yung size niya talaga, no? And the extra offensive rebounds that he gets for Meralco. I feel
Laki
like
niya!
his minutes are just gonna
Ang
ano?
laki niyang tao.
Ayan,
He
laki
can
niyang
defend.
tao. And he has a soft touch. He has a good touch inside the paint, and you can see that Hinebra's having a hard time. What do you call this? Gathering the rebounds whenever he's there inside.
Mhm.
Nagkasabay ba sila ni Almazan? Or siya yung kaswap ni Almazan?
Kaswap niya
Parang
si
sila
Almazan.
kaswap niya sa
Parang
Almazan,
wala
no?
ka space yan all pag andyan naman silang dalawa at the same time. Masyado na yung ano.
Parang I haven't seen them together yet. I think they should explore that, no?
Kaya pa yung Norbert.
Kaya eh.
Bakit ito ko natin yung Norbert Brandon eh. Kasi Norbert may tres eh.
So
Pero everybody
yeah, Brandon's
yung
inside
Brandon Bay.
the paint player talaga.
Okay,
Okay.
who's your
My next one is Adrian Nokum. I need to see increased minutes for Nokum. You want, again, sabi mo, building on what you said, you need speed. You need to capitalize on the fast break points if you want to beat a team like SMB that loves to set it up and play through Junmar. So if you're making Junmar run, getting him tired, and I think Adrian Nokum could be the start of that, the head of the snake when it comes to their offense. And let the rookie loose, diba?
Hmm.
And he could change the series.
Exactly. What at this point, what do you lose? What can you lose if you're Yang Yao, right? If Adrian Nocum doesn't play well, at least he's able to gain playoff experience. Because either way, naman most probably SMB is gonna win anyway. If he does play well and you guys are able to steal a few games, and you guys won a few games, you feel that wala parang win at this point if you're Yang Yao, Coach Yang, you it's a win-win for you if either happens.
Yeah, and parang wala silang natural point guard sa starting five nila, to be honest. Like, di ba, why not? Pwede mo rin naman itry si Nokum. He can facilitate as well. Meron lang times that Nokum tends to force the shots, but that's a rookie. But let him go through it
So
now and,
experience.
di ba?
Yeah,
Inexperience,
learn.
but you see that the potential is there. He has star potential, superstar potential, and in a way, may pagka-double or 2.0 siya because he's fucking fast.
He's very fast. He is very
Di
fast.
ba? Especially
He's
pag steal of yung nababasa yung passing lane, wala na eh.
parang kaya niya maging CJ Perez maybe not to the star power of CJ.
Magpalaki muna siya ng katawan though. Because his
Oh, same sila na
okay,
playstyle.
he does. Di ba they play the same way? Mas controlled lang si CJ.
Oh,
Iba na
syempre kasi
yung control. Iba na eh. Tanda
iba
na
na.
eh.
Hasa na yun.
Oh. Who's next for you? Na hindi pa natin na-mention.
I got Japet Aguilar. I
Japet.
think
Okay.
Japet. I know he's still considered a star in the PBA today, pero I still think he's the X factor is an X factor in this. Kasi pag nagising si Japet, mahihirapan sa loob ang Meralco. Meralco isn't the best three-point shooting team in the league. They drive to the rim and they take mid-range shots. If Japet Aguilar can at least influence one of those two, that can help Ginebra's defense. And at the same time, on the offensive end, pag si Japet nakakakuha ng kumpiyansa sa opensa, maganda yung nilalaro niya. He can hit his jumpers, he can drive to the rim. So, I think if Japet can wake up, kayang-kaya ng Ginebra bumawi.
My next one from SMB is Terence Romeo. Terence Romeo, he's already getting his points, right? But it's a matter of controlling him. Kasi meron times he keeps dribbling, nasisira yung flow ng SMB. So it's just a matter of trying to get him into play within the style of SMB. So I feel like Terence Romeo, if he's more chill, more playing within the flow, I feel like it's the games moving forward will be blowouts. Like just like what we saw in game 2. Because Romeo can sometimes be a source of turnovers
Uh-huh.
for SMB or some wild shots that don't make sense with 14 seconds remaining, right?
Yeah.
So if Romeo just I wouldn't say continue to play that he is. I continue to play that what he's playing now. It's just more of just play within the flow of the offense. Don't force stuff.
My next X factor actually relates to this, but it's not just Terrence. I call it the
But
bench
the
big
unit,
three
yeah, you do units, yeah.
of SMB of Trilliano, Romeo, and Cruz. I didn't even include Mo Tautua in that. But Trilliano, Romeo, and Cruz. If those three continue to literally just be a not start, these pang starters man yung tatlong yun eh.
Pang
Like
starters
if
nga.
those,
Starters talaga.
yeah,
NLEX
if those
star yan si Jericho Cruz eh. Galing NLEX yun din yun, di ba?
yeah, he was from NX, right?
NLEX
If
yan.
he can continue to ano, if those can continue to play off the bench the same way they have been, providing si Don, naka 17 points din yan. Si Terrence averaging around 14, 15. Si Jericho, intensity, he's not scoring, but Jericho's doing a lot of other things. Those three, if they continue to play the same way, Dunzo. That's game. Insert ko lang yung ano ko, yung fourth X Factor ko
Yeah,
kasi
go. Pasok mo na.
the previous series. I will still call the X Factor of Jin will probably be Stanley Pringle. Yun nga, I told this kanina na if Scotty and Mav are still gonna continue to struggle, Stanley is gonna have to be the X factor in this. In that he has to provide the offense, which he has been doing. Kaya he never is able to kind of stay in the same level against Meralco. So Stanley Pringle can continue to show out while the other two are not showing out. Kaya mo na lang Hinebra. Now, if you get all three at the same time, I think Hinebra easily takes that.
Um, One more for Hinebra. May Hinebra na ba ako? Wala pa ako nasabi Hinebra. Yung Hinebra ko, wala pa akong
Ralph,
Hinebra X. Ay, hindi! Ralph Kuz.
yeah.
Ralph Kuz my first. I mean, ito yung next one ko. At least, I think my last na lang. We shouldn't even be at this. We shouldn't even say this. But come on, Mav. You're at, sasabihin ko na maging X Factor ka na lang muna kasi he's underperforming as of the moment. Just perform to your regular season levels. And I think that could swing the series to more in Hinebra's favor. Because you're underperforming right now, Mav. You're a star and you shouldn't be shooting below. Wait, sorry.
He's 4 for 18.
4 for 18, that's what?
Yeah.
You shouldn't be shooting below 30%, below 25%. That kills the spacing. That definitely kills the spacing for Hinebra because you know that babalik lahat kay C-Stan at none of you guys are shooting your shots. So, Mav, moving forward, you gotta play to your standards. At least play to your standards and then play beyond it.
Exactly. I think both him and Scotty just go back to the of your regular behavior.
So in a way, Hinebra backcourt has to wake up.
Yun lang yun. I think we said kanina, a lot of this could be the fact na Meralco's backcourt is making
Banchero, Karam are making hard. Newsom also.
Newsom's a defender, bro. Quinto's a defender. Like, they're making it very hard on them to be factors in this series. Pero if they do end up becoming factors, that's when it becomes a big problem. And my last X factor, I'll go into the Ross series naman. I think it is Gian Mamuyak and Jonard Clarito. I think those two players, if Gian can continue to play the same way and he's able to get a bit more support from hopefully the Nokums, hopefully the Karakuts, and Jonard Clarito, we're seeing it, right? We're seeing the progression of Jonard Clarito. His shooting is better. He's driving, magaling siya mag-drive ng basketball. If those two can stay the same way, continue to play the same way, and madadagdagan ng ibang players, Ross can maybe steal one or two.
Hey, last one. To build up on your point, I'm done now. I'm done with my X factors. Like, look at this. Clarito had 13 points in the first game, 34 minutes. Game 2, 22 minutes, 4 points. Parang, ba't mo siya tinanggal sa starting lineup? I mean, not Coach Yeng. I don't know what's going on with how. I mean, still a coach, right? But as a fan of watching rain or shine, it doesn't make sense, diba? For a player in your head, I'm like, played well. Talo lang by 3. But biglang bench? Parang, or baka sanay na si Jonal. I don't know.
There has to be something.
There has to be something. There has to be something. Ang sabi ko lang, it kinda messes up with your psyche, even just a bit. I'm sure sabi ni Jonal, hindi, trust ako kay Coach Yeng. But maybe in the back of your head, iniisip niya rin yan. Bakit ako sa bench? Kaya ganda-ganda rin lalaro ko, TNT pa.
Yeah, Jonah was playing so well against TNT.
Diba? So, kaya I agree on your Clarito. Yung Mamuyak, I mean, he's been consistent. So, as he stays as the way that he is right now.
Same way, he should be fine. Yeah, but all of this just goes back to the fact that, I think just to summarize it, right? For Meralco, if you can continue to keep the backcourt of Hinebra at bay and keep them stressing, you're gonna win the series. For Hinebra, if you can wake up your backcourt,
hindi nag-focus yung yan. Did you see? Hindi siya nag-focus sa background. Oh, anyway.
And then for Hinebra, if you can wake up your backcourt and Japet Aguilar, you're gonna win the series. For for SMB, if you wake up and decide to play basketball, you're gonna win this series. And for for Ross, if 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 you can get consistent minutes or consistent rotation out of the same players, you can have a decent chance at stealing a few games. That's how I think it'll end up being.
Okay, well, the PBA playoffs has been interesting. I'm really excited. I love how things are going. And
Wait,
we're
asking you right now.
mm,
Considering the first two games, who advances each series? Considering those first two games of each series, who advances?
It's a Meralco SMB finals for me.
It's a Meralco SMB. Okay, I see it. I see
It's
it.
Meralco SMB.
I
Kita mo
can't,
rin, 'di ba?
I can't get angry at that. I would, I would,
Pwede.
I would, I would think it would
Pero
be
pag sabi ko
fun.
Meralco Ross yun yung ano, kabo, parang sabi mo
Oh,
gagi but
mabibigla ako.
I'm objective. I'm objective. Meralco
Yeah,
SMB.
yeah. I won't even hate on that. I would love to watch a Meralco SMB finals because Brandon Bates on Junmar Fajardo. I would love to watch it. I would love to watch it.
Magagamit mo lahat ng fouls ni na Pasaol, ni na Toto Jose. Makikita natin si Toto Jose at si Pasaol sa finals.
You
Being
know,
used early.
I love big men. I love James Laput. I love Brandon Bates. I love those type of big men who can just use their size. So like, I have no problem with the Meralco
We
SMB
should invite
finals.
James Laput here in our pod and tell him our fandom for him. I think we
How much I
can.
love
I
James
can
Laput.
try. I'll try to get James Laput here.
Also, ayun, but I still think it's gonna be Hinebra SMB. That could be biased, I guess, but I still think it could be Hinebra SMB. But in Meralco SMB, I have no problem with it. It'll be fun to finally see a Meralco SMB final.
Okay, ikaw rin?
Yeah, no,
Or
I think it's Jin SMB. I think it's Jin SMB, but wala akong problem
but
sa
if Meralco SMB happens, you see
no
it.
problem.
You see it happen. Okay.
Oh yeah, I can very much see it happening. I also see no matter who goes against the SMB, I still think I know who wins the championship. But
At least it's just a
but
different matchup. It's just a
yeah,
different. Although if Meralco wins it all, that's I think the greatest
it'll be
championship
fun.
in the past 10-20 years. I feel like I would choose that champ. Hindi, iba pa rin yung beer. Would you say the Miracle yung down sila 3-0 ba yun?
3-0 ay
Alaska? Alaska yun, di ba?
3-0 ata yun. 3-0 yun.
Well, debatable. Debatable. Iba kasi yung talent level ng ano ng Meralco to SMB this year eh.
First three games ng series na yun, wala si Junmar eh.
Actually, yeah. Nga pala. You cannot. Okay. So if Meralco wins against SMB, I think it's the best championship in the past 20 years. Or if not one of the best in PBA history, I would say.
I wouldn't say best. I would just say
One of the.
it would be fun. It would at least be fun for the rest of the league na hindi SMB Jin win the championship. Or TNT. I forgot TNT won pala.
TNT won, but iba pa rin yung
TNT
Meralco
won.
eh. Sister team yun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, thanks for listening to the podcast. I think we'll go live again. Oh, not live. We're gonna record a pod after game 3. If Mario's
Tomorrow.
free in the evening. Yeah, kung tomorrow. Wala na siyang exam eh. So, and my new mic na yan starting tomorrow. So, yeah. See you guys. We're gonna record and upload it soon. Thank you so much. Peace. I'm just end.